said, what hood you from?
West 13th Avenue, Denver, Villa Park area, 13th and Wolf. Okay, check this out. When we lived on 9th and New, we moved over to 9th and New. It was before I shot myself. All right, like, okay, we were gangbanging in the fool. Like, Denver was a whole different city when it came to gangbanging back then. But, like, these youngsters don't even know what the fuck gangbanging really is. I'll tell you that right now. But back then, there was hoods everywhere. Like, shit was on law. Like, I moved to 9th and Newton because I lived right in this house. I lived in Westwood. So, shit just started getting hectic over there. Fucking, okay, what happened was the first day we beefed with these fools is me and my OG, Willie, we're walking to school. We went to Kempner from Westwood, walking up to school. And one of the OG, his name was Flocko. And he was walking with his kid, his little kid. He was walking his kid to school. And I wasn't paying him no attention whatsoever. We're walking up, my OG just always wanted to, he was always in the mix, dude, always up in the mix. Also, this fool's walking by and my OG's just straight mean mugging this fool the whole day. Both lock eyes and they don't stop staring at each other. And that fool had his rag hanging, he had a gray rag hanging out his pocket. I remember it. My homie was like, my OG said, what up, local gang? And he goes, what hood you from? He goes, they get like nose to nose off, face to face. And that fool goes, VGV su 13, Barrio Grande Vista. And he's like, well, this is what West Los Locos 13, West 13th, what's up? And they're about to bang, fool, but he had a little kid with him, dude. So I kind of like calmed my homie down. I was like, hey, fool, you got some little kid with him, dog. Like, so just give him a pass, homie. Like, the little kids with him, dog. And so like I calmed him down, and they broke up, and fucking that fool went his way, and we went our way. And I started to beef right there, though, because that fool Flocko did not forget that shit, dog. Because the next day, fool, that fool came knocking on our door, dog. That nigga knew exactly what we knew, dog. Came knocked on our door, fool, and I forgot, it was like 6 of us were there, like 6 in Smugs, and a couple of the Bloods were there. And we're all just chilling, and these niggas come knock on the door, dog, and we look out the window, homie, and it looked like Cinco de Mayo was out there, homie, because the whole block was flooded, homie. Like, I swear, at least 200 fools, no lie, dog. I can straight up 200 motherfuckers are outside, homie. And they were calling my homie out. They wanted they fucking knew his name and everything. They said, we want Willie. That's what they're saying. They only spoke Spanish too. They're straight from Mexico. They're saying it like broken English type shit. We want Willie. Called my OG out. My OG was about that life, homie. So but there was literally 200-300 motherfuckers. There's probably like 11 of us in this house. So we went out there. These fools could have literally just tore us apart, homie. They called out for the heads, homie. So they called my OG out. My homie Willie went out there with that fool Flocko, dog, and fucking they went their heads up, dog. And fucking my homie Willie walked out in his ass, dog. We ended up beating the shit out this fool, dog. And so one of the other big homies just got all hurt, dog, and called out my homie Curse. My homie Curse went out there and mopped these motherfucking. All I gotta say is my homies fucking had no business that day, dog. Went out there and fucking mopped these fools up. And out of respect, I don't know, these fools they took that ass beating that day and they left, homie. They just dipped out, but that was beef from then on. They knew us, we knew them. So from then on, dog, it was beef, dog. And I'd say there's about like 2 more instances after that where we had a fight. And the fools just we ran through them niggas, dog. My homies are running through them fools, dropping them like flies, dog. I'm sorry to say, but my niggas, there was no match one-on-ones with these niggas. They're taking them out by the bundles, homie. These fools got sick of getting mopped, dog, and these fools just tried breaking out. We didn't even have no guns at all. We were little kids just beating motherfuckers up, dog, type shit. And these fools, we started getting shot at, dog. We couldn't even walk to school, bro. Like, I'm telling, like I said, they have that block. You couldn't pass exposition without getting into some funk, homie, because these fools are fucking deep. I don't know how they did it, but they soaked up every single house. Like I said, from Fayetteville to Sheridan, all it was ridiculous. And they started their own gang called VES. And then back then, though, there was Willie and Chris put on that fool Rito. Rito was my next door neighbor, but he ended up being a VGV fool. Because I swear, when they were all together, when they put that fool on, Willie and Chris used to just punk everybody, fool. Like they wouldn't want no one to even be. No one would want to hang around, fool. Like I'm surprised I even fucking lasted with them niggas because them fool. Well, Willie never punked me though. Willie always took me in under his wing, nigga. Anyone fuck with me, nigga, that nigga would begin. No one fucked with me when Willie was around. But if Willie dipped, oh, Chris would get his fucking in. So, like, Chris was a bully, nigga. That fool was the biggest bully I ever met, nigga. Yeah, Chris is one crazy fucking. Now he's good. He's a good dude now, but back then he was no good. But he'll fucking any stranger kid. Like, if you're new, these niggas fucking you up, dog. Like, he's gonna do something to your ass. Like, my homies weren't cool to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you did make it into the circle, fool, yeah, it was a rough one for a little bit until you fucking like earned your stripes, nigga. But this fool Rito, nigga, this fool couldn't hang, dog. This fool couldn't hang with Willie and Chris, dog. Like, so that fool, I'll tell you, he ended up becoming our enemy, though. He ended up becoming a fucking, a VGB. He was one of them, but actually he started at the Exposition Street with them fools. And he ended up becoming our straight op, nigga. But that fool would straight shoot at us right in his own mom's car. One time, I lived right next door to him, fool, and Willie got out of jail. And Willie, we were all happy for it. I'm all walking down the street. Me and Willie and a couple, I don't know if Yancy or who else was with us, but it was me. I think it was a little homie Xavier and Will. And we're walking up to my front door. And this nigga Rito was pulling out of his driveway, fool, in his own motherfucking mom's car, nigga. He looks over and he sees Willie, fool, and his fucking eyes just, boom. He was like all scared and shit, fool. I swear this fool just ducks down, nigga. And comes back up with I don't know what kind of heat he had. I think it had to be a big caliber, nigga. This fool started dumping on us right there, right in front of the crib, right at his own house, nigga. I swear. And I'm on this side of the car, and Willie's on this side of the street, fool. And there's someone in the car that we're walking through, and this fool bus at us, fool, all crazy, and it dips out, and the bullet holes are all through that car. And there's two people sitting in the car, and it's on his own crib and everything, fool. I swear, no. Nothing even happened. Well, we didn't call the cops or nothing, but this nigga just did it in his own shit. Like, no one even fucking seen it or like, damn, nigga, I'm the next door neighbor. I'm like, what the fuck? This was a fucking little, fool got some balls. She got some balls, nigga. No, like, I don't know, like, he'd always take me on missions, fool. Like, he want me to go. Nigga, Faustino would always want to be the one to come too, nigga. Like, come Willie be like, let's go, fool, let's go. It'd be 3 a.m, fool, I have to go on this murder mission with this fool, bro. I never really wanted to go on the missions, nigga, but I just did whatever my nigga said because I looked up to that nigga type shit, you know what I mean? Shit this nigga didn't even do, nigga, but the cops would just blame him for everything, dog, I swear, fool. And then, like, anytime we'll be walking, we'll just be bobbing in the hood. If a cop even, like, we'll just take off, nigga, like, out of nowhere, you'd be having we'll just be walking, fool. Because back then, gang unit was thick, dog, like, they'd always pull us over and punk us, fool. They'd take all our drugs, all our money, all our weapons, fool, and just let us go. Like, as we're bobbing through the hood, and they do that shit to us. Every time they see us, and they take pictures of us and shit, too. But anytime they even came close to us, from that fool would dart, he'd be gone, fool. Like, you wouldn't even realize it. Like, damn, what the fuck? When you seen this nigga go, you already knew what time it was, because the cops were pushing up on us, fool, helping us up, dog. They kept getting away from him. Like, every time they help us like 3 or 4 times a day, my nigga. You remember that, weren't you with us when they would do that shit to us?
Yeah, I've been harassed with him too, specifically.
Yeah.
I've been pulled over with him.
Right, yeah, so like, they would just say, anytime they seen us, fool,
when he had that big-ass Joker gun, never run around in his
yeah,
pants.
Fool, yeah, dog.
In his cargo pants.
One time the bus got pulled over, my nigga. We were on the RTV, me and Willie. The bus got pulled over, nigga. Like, they weren't even for us, fool. This fool thought it was for us. He pulls that big old fucking thing out of his pants. He's like, big ass fucking repeater, and he shoves it. He puts it under the seat in the fucking back of the bus. People are just everyone's seeing it. Nigga, like, what the fuck you doing, dog? Like, nobody said that. No, moving on everything after that. It took him forever to pull that shit out. He's like, nigga, I swear, for the biggest, baddest 357 you ever seen, nigga. Like, that motherfucker was a all chrome black handle, fool. But this nigga used to just carry it everywhere, dog. That's what. He was ruthless, dog. I promise you, this fool was always strapped. I remember the first little gun he had, it was a little Derringer, dog. You know, that's what Aunt lived with us. My aunt lived with us. Yeah, my aunt, she be tripping. She was cool as fuck, but she would trip on us a lot, like, cause she was about that life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were kind of bad kids, I think, though, I guess. Now that I think back,
she wasn't putting up with
it. If these fucking kids were doing this shit, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, they're doing the shit we were doing, fuck no.
Whenever she was kicking the door on you?
Oh yeah. Cause she would get mad like if you smoke. We couldn't smoke weed without calling her like that was just like her little rule, her little thing. You smoking in the crib, oh, you better let me know or some shit. You know what I mean? 'Cause one time, me and my boss, we got a couple pounds one time, and we were just breaking it down and just splitting it up. And she must have smelled that aroma, nigga, because she thought we were in there getting cheap without her nigga or something, fool. So she bolted in my door. She started pounding on it at first. I'm like, hold up. Because I didn't want her to, to see all the blood. And yeah, she fucking bolted that door open, nigga. Like,
if she was drunk, she fired first, ask questions.
oh, no, yeah. She was faded as fuck, dog. She was faded as fuck. She booted in the door, fool. And I'm like, oh, shit, we're trying to gather all the blood up, fool. Like, because I already knew what was the time it was. She was about to rush. I already knew. My boss didn't know. My boss had no fucking clue. Yeah. My nigga didn't have no clue what was about to go down, nigga. So I grabbed one of the PZs. I was like, put the rest back out. I was like, get the rest in the bag, fool. And it's like, I'll hold it off, nigga. So I get up. I got one of the PZs and my aunt's coming square at me, fool. She's like, trying to an attack mode, nigga. And I already knew it was coming, but she comes at me and she threw a crazy ass kick at me, like trying to kick me in the head or something. Fool. She was, oh, trying to kick me. I said, duck that shit, went under. I went under her leg, fool, ducked it, fool, like, and I turned around and I was like, hey, fool, you're gonna have to do the same, bud, because she turned right to my, she went right to him, fool. After I ducked her, she fucking gave up on me, fool, and turned right to my boss, fool. And this one was fucking, he was like probably like 4'5" or so, a little small guy, dog. And that was all towering over this nigga like, he was all scared, fool, and he was trying to do the same move and he couldn't get it, and I fucking caught him. So I had to go help this nigga and get him away. I got him away, fool, and fucking, he ran off the crib and I was tussling with that because she wasn't that strong, especially when she was drunk. So I just, it wasn't that too much of a tussle. But the thing is that she got a t-shirt on, no panties on, bro. So I'm like, yeah, go put some panties on, dude. Yeah, she's throwing kicks. Yeah, she's throwing kicks, fucking 70 bush flying everywhere. I'm like, yeah, what are you doing? Put some pants on. She's just so faded. She's like, fuck you. All crazy, but just trying to, like, ready to kill, nigga, I swear. And I'm like, fuck, dog. So I ran off the crib because I didn't want to fight with her, but I don't know. She's scared the shit out of me sometimes. But yeah, especially, I'm like, yeah, put on some pants, bud, what the fuck? And I ran off the crib and shut the door. And I went out and I didn't think she was gonna come outside, bro. So we're out there and this nigga left his keys in the house, bud. And I'm like, oh, fool, you ain't got your keys. I fool, go grab my keys. So I had to run back in, grab his keys. And this time she followed me out, dog. I fucking grabbed his keys and ran back out and she came out, boom, 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 chased me out there. And I started chasing fucking Gino. I got her to start to get on Gino because I threw him the keys and boom, she went all right. And right as I threw the keys to him, she went right to the keys. I started chasing him around the car. That's right. This is probably like 5:30, barely getting dark. And it's right there on 14th and Kindle, dog. We're like right there on the corner, just right. His car's parked right there. She's chasing him around the fucking car. I'm like, fool, come on, bud. I fucking blocked her a little bit. Hey, come on, chill out, bud. And I go, hurry up, bud. Get the fuck in the car, bud. This fool barely gets in his car, but takes off, dips out. So he dips out, and Aunt's all pissed off. So she starts bombing on me. She goes in there. I walk her to the front, and she takes a picture. There's a picture hanging in the fucking lobby. And she fucking grabs that picture off the wall and starts hitting me. It didn't even hurt, though. It was like a little... It didn't hurt, but she's all sitting there beating me with it. So I fall to the ground, and she's just sitting there beating me, and all the neighbors are coming out looking and shit. And out of nowhere, but here comes 5-0 because it's dangerous for us as kids, homie. So we were literally forced to strap up, dog. So like before we started playing with guns, even had any guns, these VGVs, these Sureño fools made us strap the fuck up, dog, because they couldn't hang with their hands, dog. So walked home from school, I had to take this long ass route. I didn't go up Irving no more, or Hazel or whatever, yeah, Irving right there. I would walk east on Kentucky all the way about 2 or 3 blocks past Federal on the other side, and then I'd walk all the way up to Alameda and cut back up by Jumbo Car Wash and shit right there just to get home every single fucking day, dog. Because these fools were not playing. Dude, I remember I'd hear little, like when bullets pass by you,
Yeah, I love it.
they're like little propellers, dog. That's what they remind me of. They're like little helicopters, homie. Like, if you ever got shot at, you're gonna feel these little propellers whizzing by you, shot at almost that much. So, like I said, we strap up. My first fucking gun I got it. It was one of them fucking, my old cowboy guns. I was a 22, like six shot 22, long barrel, old cowboy gun, dog. But I was so proud of that motherfucker. Cause that's all I had. That's what I had to have to fucking protect myself, dog. So I love that motherfucker, dog. But it ended up being a gun. I ended up shooting myself, dog, because I don't know, some big egos and my big homie, Chris, dog. Like, I love that motherfucker. Damn, we got a bond now. Like I said, we're family now. But back then, that fool, he wanted to test me every second he got, dog. That motherfucker was a straight gangster. I'm gonna tell you right now, that motherfucker was ruthless, dog. Anyone who come across this motherfucker back then, like, he calmed down a lot now. He's a regular nigga now, but I guarantee you get on that nigga's bad side, I feel bad for you, homie, straight up, dog. But this fool would always test me, dog, and like, he was the one that it took the longest to gain his respect from. Like, I gave my nigga Yancey's respect, right? Like, way quicker than I gave. Everyone loved me. He was the last nigga I had to go through to get the respect, dog. And Curse, motherfucker, he put me through some shit, dog. And that day, I remember we used to be on the bus and shit. And we woke up, we went to his house. He lived in the north side back there, like 46 and Bryant or some shit. So that was one of our other spots, is my auntie's house. So it was like kind of their headquarters type shit. So we were in the north side too, and north and south side at this time. So we'd be busting it back and forth and shit. We went over to Chris's house, got all faded, had whatever, had a party, whatnot. The next day, we mission back to my crib, to my hood, to 9th and Newton. That's where I lived at. Back then, like I said, gangbanging was at its fullest extent, homie. On that, from 10th and Newton to 9th and Newton, just that block right there. There was a good 6 gangs, homie. There was, behind us, there was the Pee-wees, the Ika boys. They had the Pee-wees, their little young clique coming up back then. They're called the Pee-wees, the Ika boy Pee-wees live right behind us. So they're boom, Japan and China. I think that's the brothers or cousins. I forgot how they're related or what. They're the ones that live behind us. Directly next door, there was SCG, some Sureños. Deep as fuck, too. These motherfuckers are OGs from South Central. Straight gangsters. Deep as fuck, too. Live right next door to me. And it was a duplex. So right next door to them, in the duplex, there was these 2 brothers. Honestly, I hate to say it, but I forgot their names, dude. But I ended up recruiting them niggas on my hood. It was a white boy. It was Little Weddle, because we named him Little Weddle, and his little brother. Fuck, I suck. So I'm trying to put him on, and I can't even remember his name. It was so long ago. But I ended up recruiting. So we ended up recruiting when I was out. So I was on that recruiting shit. I did recruit a couple people, because after I got put on, I put on my little nigga Marthon, which
you recruited me.
Oh yeah, I recruited my nigga Perm too, because they were coming back from downtown, and we're tripping, dog. We're literally fucking frying balls on the RTD. We used to do this type of crazy shit. So we were on, me and Faustino were just wigging the fuck out on the bus. Big Perm gets on the bus, dog. I swear, we're like literally like 12 years old, dog, and this fool gets on the bus. I swear to God, looks like a 35-year-old straight biker, nigga, or some shit, I don't know. He gets on the bus, he got his wife beater on, he's always tatted up. He got that fucking straight 3-foot fro, nigga, like full beard. And he comes on with I remember he had his Reeboks on and his socks pulled up and his cut off jeans and a muscle shirt. And he comes and sits next to me and I'm fucking wigging. And I look over and I just look at his arm and it says Big Perm. And this nigga got the biggest fucking perm you ever fucking seen, dude. I look at my little nigga, I go, look at this fool's arm, I go, what does that say on your arm, homie? Big Perm, homie. Like, before he even hit fucking puberty type shit, like high-pitched ass voice, Big Perm, homie. And I was like, when we heard that shit, me and my little nigga just started laughing. Mind you, we're fucking flipping on some straight tripping balls, and this fool says, "Be perm on me." We just started cracking the fuck up, and that's what like broke the ice and shit with us, and then we started rapping with this fool, and he's like, "Hey, you fools are tripping," and I'm like, "Hey, this fool was all stoned." Right now, this nigga's all blazed, fool. Like, he's like, "Yeah, blah, blah." He was coming from downtown, actually. He's like, "Where are you fools coming from?" We're like, "Oh, Elitch's fool, just pull some bitches, blah, blah, blah." So chop it up, we hit it off right away. I thought we hit it off right away as homies. Me and Faustino were like, we kind of like this big nigga, because we took him to Elitch's with us, and literally, dog, we were like, he walks behind us, we have niggas clearing paths for us, nigga. Like, usually we get in scuffles every, you know what I mean? We had this big ass nigga with us, and ain't no one fucking with us, nigga. We like that shit. Like, we gotta keep this fool around, nigga. So we just started kicking tough with this nigga. That's how we met Big Purr. Yeah, he didn't get put on the hood like for years and years, but like, how long many years? Like a couple of years.
When we got our apartment.
Yeah, I was a couple of years. Yeah,
because we did it behind the apartment.
Yeah,
so
we chilled. We chilled for years before, because he could be a person from Cali. He's a straight California native. Like he knew that any of this Denver shit. I remember when we first met him. He's like, "Fool, I'm not gonna get put on nothing out here. I'm not claiming nothing out." Eventually, this nigga got put on the set, nigga. So like, because like I said, my hood was a family. It's more of a family thing, but. At the end, like I said, I was recruited. I was adopted in the family. I recruited Big Perm. I recruited my big homie Marthon, which he ended up going to prison and doing his own thing. But yeah, that's my nigga, my family for life. I don't give a fuck what. Marthon, that's my nigga. You hear me, Marthon? I love you, nigga. Ruckus we caused back then, dude. Like, yeah, like my hood's small as fuck, dog. But I promise you, homie, like we caused some motherfucking ruckus up in this bitch, dog. West 13th Avenue, no smoke stressing gang all day, motherfuckers know who he is. Straight up, dog, because honestly, dog, I wouldn't even like to bring new niggas around, because my niggas are straight torture motherfuckers. Like, you gotta be a straight motherfucking, you gotta be about that life to be around these niggas, dog, to be even hanging with these niggas, dog. Like another story, fool, is fucking one day, when I moved to, like I said, we moved to Newton, this motherfucking block was crazy. The GK Eisner's across the street. Sparky, he used to buy all the like shit from my homies, because we come up on a whole bunch of shit. But Sparky was like our main nigga that we'd go to sell him all the stuff. So he was the GKIs over across the street. They're pretty deep right there. The SCGs, and then the Eco boys are right behind us. All in the Bloods. Joker, OG Joker from the West Side. He's another Chicano blood. Much respect. I think he's a Due 7. But when I was a young, y'all, like I said, I was a little baby. This fool was OG. This fool schooled me on a lot of different shit. He would look out, tell me, give me advice and shit. Because like I said, we're straight fully gangbanging. Like straight up, we're menaces to fucking society. I'm telling you, like, yeah, we're about that life. I'll tell you what. We're gonna take a break right real quick. But yeah, I was just locked up with that fool. Yeah, that's crazy. He was in there for a murder. And before I even got out, he got out like right as I got in. Before I got out, that nigga was back in on another murder because he got out, fool. Fuck right there on Federal back in the day. And I was actually at work, dog, and fucking all the homies came in, Willie, Chris, Yancy, just all the homies, fool, like Ted Deep, Faustino. And I think it was just Willie just got out of jail or something, fool. He was all like, wanted to come celebrate or something. So he came through and he was like, "Hey, fool, come have dinner with us, fool, at my own job, dog." And I was like, "All right, fool, fucking." So I asked my aunt, because my aunt was my boss back then. I was like, "Is it cool if I go have dinner or whatever with him?" She goes, "Yeah, cool, we have to take a break or whatever." So I went and Willie's all told all of us. He goes, "Hey, fools, go ahead and tell me right now, dog. You guys could all eat whatever the fuck you want." I don't know, were you there, fool? You don't remember this? Yeah, I don't think it's before I met you, fool. And Willie goes, "Order whatever you fools want, dog." Fucking told me, fool, so we're all, for real, he's all, "Hell yeah, fools, whatever, dog." We all ordered the different shit, nigga. We all ate food and shit. Girl, there was cool shit, fool, and Willie just got up. And he goes, "Where's the bathroom at, my nigga?" And I go, "Oh, it's in the back, we gotta go in the back, dog." He goes, "All right." So he walked over to right by the front door and he goes, "Hey, motherfuckers." The front door opened, that fool just said, "Late." Fool, just darted the fuck out, fool. We all looked at each other. I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was at work, getting on my break. Fool, At was my fucking boss and everything, fool. And fucking, we all looked at each other. And then Chris fucking got, everybody jumped up and just dipped out, fool. I didn't know what to do, nigga. I dipped out with him. That's fucked up. So I just dipped out on my first job. That was fucked up. Willie thought that shit was hilarious, fool. He thought that was so funny, dog. I was like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, she just thought it was hilarious. We never gave no explanation, but all of them did. Shit was fucking retarded. All the homies, like, when I first got put on, I just like, let's see who was around. This cousin Marky. Who else was it? Oh yeah, me and Faustino, we recruited this fool named Daniel. He was from New Mexico, dog. That fool was the homie too. That fool, he was a drunk ass nigga though. That fool fucking almost killed us one time we were all mobbing, fool, that fool got so faded, we were all so fucked up. This fool crashed into some crazy ass niggas, fool, they jumped out full and fucking got us. Cause this fool crashed into their car, fool. Like, I didn't even expect all that. We were little kids too, though. That fool used to take us on some murder missions, fool. Like, Faustino would get them all going, dog. I swear that fool be driving like 100 down every street, fool. Like, I'm like, fool, you better fucking stop, nigga. Fucking, that fool be crashing. That fool was pretty crazy, though, but
Where did he get cars from?
it was his own shit. That were his cars.
Did he be with it?
Yeah, he was the first person that fool used to be, first person to show me what Chris was, fool. That fool used to make his own, nigga. I swear, that fool used to make his own shit, fool. That shit was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fool used to.
And then you drive around all crazy.
He was crazy ass fool. One time we were all at the mall, fool. We were little kids and we were like little, fool. This fool, he had to at least be 16 though, because he had his own whip and shit. Me and Faustino were like 11, 12, dog, little ass kids, fool. And we went to we used to get a bottle of gin, dog. It was like $10. You get this bottle, like, I think it was a liter or, it was one of the big bottles, dog. But we get that, we get 11 shots each, fool. So 3 people, 11 shots each, dog. So we fucking just we get that bottle, we match them. Boom, 11 shots until that bottle was gone, blip. And we be just fucking thrashed and we just go bombing, fool. Fucking shit up, fool, I swear. Yeah, my homie, he drove, yeah, we went and drove. We killed one of them bottles, fool. And we went mob the Villa Italian Mall, fool. Fucked up, dog. I swear, just fucked up, dog. Did we go inside this store? Did we go in there, fool? And my homie, this nigga's, we called him Silent, nigga. He was silent. This nigga was so fucked up, dog. This was like, me and Faustino can handle our shit. Nigga. We were going in there, trying to back up some bitches, we have a good time, you know? This fool Daniel, dog, was starting shit, dog, with people in there. Like, we'd go in the store, fool, and this fool just like, not even, he just put something on. Just like, you know what I mean? He just like walk out the store type shit, like, oh, nigga, you gotta calm the fuck down. This fool was acting a fool in there, dog. So we were like walking in the food court area, and this fool bumped into this big ass biker dude, like fucking 8 feet tall, huge ass nigga, dog, like retarded huge. And mind you, me and Faustino are just some little ass kids, dog. So when we were 11 and 12, this nigga was little. Me and Faustino were small as fuck, dog. Cause I seen pictures of us, and that picture you posted of me, dog, fuck, that's a fucking 12-year-old son, dog, right there. But thinking I'm all, I just barely got put on the hood and that. I was a little ass kid, fool. I couldn't even imagine like my kids doing that shit that me and this nigga was doing. Me and Faustino was doing some crazy shit. But anyway, this motherfucker drunk as fuck, fool, bumps it. I think he bumped into this dude's lady or something at first, dog. That's what happened. He bumped into this dude's lady, dog, all faded. And this dude, the boyfriend comes out just like hood and stalked, fool, just murderous, fool, just huge, fool. My homie Daniel was like, well, what's up? Steps up to this fool, dog, like, what's up, nigga? Like, tries to bump chest with him, fool. He had no match for this. This fool just said, boom, just literally just boom, caved this fool. He didn't get knocked out, but he was on the floor, fool, took one of his teeth out and everything, nigga. So me and Faustino were just like, what the fuck? Well, we had to rush this nigga, fool. So me and Faustino tried to rush this dude, dog. This fool just fucking manhandles both of us, nigga. Just tosses us, literally grabs us and tosses us like 10 feet, nigga. Boom. So we land, fool. We land right by each other, nigga. We're like, this fool starts running towards us, fool. So we're like, fuck that. Me and Faustino get up, we start running, fool. We're all faded though, too, dog. So we're falling all over, fool. We're trying to get ground, fool. This fool's coming straight towards this big ass nigga, just jetting towards us, and Faustino's running, and we're both looking back, nigga, and this fool runs into some, like, a paraplegic lady was in a wheelchair, nigga, and this fool, I didn't see her, and hit her, and knocked her over, dog, like, fucking, it was fucked up, dog, it was real fucked up. He knocked her out of the chair and shit. So I have to run back and try to help Faustino because he trips up, fool. And this fool caught us, and the cops caught us, and everything. It was a fucked up ass situation. But my drunk ass homie ended up getting away, though. Me and Faustino ended up getting hit. It was fucked up, dog.
He got away.
Yeah, motherfucker started like, yeah. Motherfucker starts all this shit, and then we and Faustino end up arrested, nigga. We end up in jail and everything for that shit. Faustino got some major charges, dog. Like, cause he actually, it was an accident though, dog. You know, yeah, but we shouldn't have been all faded in the mall, all stupid, but yeah. But we're little ass kids, fool. 12 years old, fool. I was 12, Faustino was 11, fool. That nigga was a little guy too, bro. I'm telling you. Anyway, we just took a walk for one morning to get some rolling papers at Bradley's. And we walked from Nancy Rose's all the way to Bradley's up down Alameda, so Virginia and Feds to, well, I don't know what street that is. It's what, like Alameda, like Bryant or something. Get the fucking papers, and we gonna sit on the side of Bradley's. I don't know what the fuck we gonna do that for, because we're broad fucking site and everything. Sitting there, we started rolling up weed right there. All of a sudden, the fucking Eco Boys rolled up, fucking two Eco Boys rolled by from the little. There was a Eco Boy fool. He was a black. He was like half black or something. He was a huge ass black fool, bro. Like, but he was like a light skinned blackie. But he was like, oh, he must have been a half and half or something. They called him Conan, but he's a big ass motherfucker, dog. They rolled by us, fool, and they struck us up with the West. They were all just striking us up with the West. Like, what up? I was like, Will just got up. I don't know what the fuck. I was like, fool, those West Siders, what are you doing? This fool got his little derringer out. He fucking just pointed it at him, fool, and he said, boom, a busted, fool, and then you hear the bullets hit the car and everything, bam! The fool scat off, nigga. And me and this fool just started taking off, nigga. We like fucking around through that couple alleys, fool, and did that ski skirt through the hood. And we fucking stopped in the alley, fool, and we were laughing about, we're just cracking up, fool, like, that ain't fucking stupid, nigga, like, blah, blah, blah. And we smoked that. It was me, Faustino, and Will, as a matter of fact. And we're laughing about it in the alley. We smoked a couple joints in the alley, laughing about it. And we get up, we waste about like 15 minutes, fool, get up and start walking. And we're in the middle of the alley, fool, we're walking up. When we get to the end of the alley, fool, we just make a right to go back to the crib. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you hear like a couple cars twist up. Nigga, like, I turned around, fool, and it was fool, that car with that big ass black fool in it. Like, he ain't black, I don't know what the fuck, he's that big ass Eco Boy. And he brought like 4 or 5 fools with him. It was like, yeah, about 4 or 5 dudes. And they start rushing towards us, fool. And boom, Willie took off. Willie was in front of all of it. That fool was fast as fuck, fool. He fucking was gone, fool. Like, me and Faustino were some slow ass niggas. So we like took a little cut. Will was fucking gone, fool. So me and Faustino cut in the alley, dog. And Faustino tries to jump a fence, nigga. I'm still going. And I turn around and I look, and Faustino's caught up on the fence, fool, by his fuck. He tried to jump in, nigga, and he's caught up on it by his shirt, fool, or his coat or some shit. So I had to run back. Couldn't just leave his little ass right there. So I'm running back, fool, and here comes him. Fools, right? As I start running back, the fools trip in the corner right there. And I barely got up, fool, and I fucking pulled Faustino off that shit, dog. And we barely made it through the gate, dog, in the house that he was fucking hung up on. The door was open, dog. Like, so we just ran into the house, dog. Like, there's nothing we could do, dog. We're fucking about to get murked by these big ass fucking fools. So we ran into this house, dog. There's like a whole family in there eating. It was like Sunday or something, because everyone was in there eating breakfast. And like, there was a Chicano family full fucking. I was like, we ran up in there. We're like, hey, buddy, get down. This was about to start blasting, man. Like, so fucking everyone gets down, they get all startled, fool. And there was some like, their sons were like maybe like 18, 19 or some shit, way older than us, like. So they start hipping us up, fool. They're like some little thugs too. They're like, what the fuck you little niggas? Like, trying to hipping us up. Like, what the fuck you running in my house for, little bitch? Like, they sweating us, fool. And I was like, hey, fool, what the fuck? These fools are just trying to blast us, fool. Like, what the fuck you want us to do, dog? They're like, what? And they looked outside, and there's like all the Rico boys are in the fucking front yard, fool. That lady that lady, the grandma, or I think she was a grandma, fool. She went to her room, she came out with a big old 4-5. She goes on the porch, she cocks out shit, she goes, fuck you chasing these little kids for, bud? The fuck you guys doing, bud? You guys are some grown ass men. What the fuck? And she goes, I'm calling the cops, bud. You guys get the fuck off my property. Those fools go, no, them little motherfuckers are blasting on us. Them motherfuckers got a gun. And Willie was gone. That fool, he was the one that had the gun. Fool. He was already done. He was ghost. And I'm like, hell no, I ain't got a gun, bud. I'm fucking 11. I'm 12 years old, bud. It's my little brother. You think we got guns? I don't know what the fuck these fools are talking about. Search us, nigga. What the fuck? They're like, these little fools ain't got no guns. Get the fuck out of here. We called the cops. So them fools was fuckies and them fools dipped out, bud. So me and Faustino tried to dip out too, but the lady wouldn't let us. She goes, so you guys ain't going nowhere. You guys, she made us sit there for until the cops came, nigga. So the cops come and help us up, dog, and fucking ask us what happened. I'm like, hey, we don't even know, but some fools just started chasing us, but I don't know what the fuck happened. You know what I mean? Like, so they're like, all right, well, we recognize them. They were all, yeah. So the cops made us drive around fucking the neighborhood fucking for hours looking for these niggas, dog. I seen them like 3 times, nigga. No, they made us roll around. So like, literally for like 3 hours looking for these fools in the hood, dog. We really did see him like 3 or 4 times, dog, but I didn't say shit. Faustino didn't say shit. We finally got him to drop us off at the crib. Fucking walk in the crib, dog, they drop us off, dip out. Walk in the crib and fucking Willie's on the couch sleeping, nigga. I'm like, this motherfucker. This motherfucker, nigga. I was like, hey, fool, what the fuck, what are you doing, nigga? He's like, damn, fool. This was out of big old story, fool. I was like, why the fuck don't ever fucking leave us like that, nigga? How you gonna fucking blast on these fools and just leave us, nigga? Like, fool, what the fuck? He's all, fool, I thought you guys were right behind me, dog. My bad. I was like, fool, what the fuck, dog? And the cops came, I told him the whole story, and he's all, I go, what happened with you, nigga? What the fuck, dog? I'll never do that. She's all, oh, them fools caught me, fool. He goes, I was walking in the middle of the street, fool, them fools, literally, he goes, I heard the fucking skid marks behind me, them fools are right behind me, and this fool goes, they hit me, nigga. He goes, they hit me, fool. He goes, I rolled over the hood, fucking fell back on the hood, popped the Derringer, popped out the back window, nigga, and they dipped off. I was like, I shut the fuck up, nigga. Shut the fuck up, nigga. He's all, yeah, the fools hit me, nigga. I popped out the back window, nigga. So, shut the fuck up, nigga. Like, he kidnapped me and like 10 prostitutes one time. I swear, like, I had no fun. My studio got robbed, right? And it was I knew who it was, and he happened to have the same name as my brother. This fool kidnapped like 10 prostitutes, and he came, I was the last one, and he came to kidnap. He called me outside. I walked outside, this fool had an AK-47 and said, boom, put it right up at me. He said, get the fuck in the car. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck? And JG was in the fucking studio watching. I was like, watch for me, fool. We were strapped up too, but I didn't have a strap on me. And I just walked out, and fucking JG had the strap, fool. And he's like, this was like, get in the car, fool. And I was like, I didn't have my phone. Nigga, this fool made me hop in the car with him. Oh no, I did have my phone, actually. That fool took my phone and made me get in the car with all these bitches. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Fools on Sony, don't say nothing, nigga. I was just like, okay, whatever. Because I know this was a killer, my nigga. I know he ain't gonna kill me, but I don't know. I felt like he wasn't gonna do shit to me, but he kidnapped my ass, and like, I was literally hostage for like maybe 48 hours, and then after 48 hours passed, I was literally upstairs chilling with him. I joined the other side of the crew. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the hostage no more, nigga. He like forgave me. I don't even know what he was mad at me about, honestly, dog. It was a mix-up about, I got explained to him. I'm like, no, the JG I'm talking about, the 3 JGs were all mixed up. The one that I was talking about was the fool that no one even knew, but he thought the one that snitched on him or something was JG, the one at the studio, my brother. It was just a big ass mix up, nigga. So that's what happened. I explained to him, I showed him who the other fool was, and we got it all straightened out. So then I was cool, and I was up there with Flocko now. We had all these other bitches hostage. You know what I mean? But there was a couple fine ones, fool, like, oh no, one of them I met through you, nigga, a long time ago. I forgot what her name was, and she was one of the best hookers in the hood at that one time. At the time when I met her, remember you took me to some spot in the Sun Valleys, nigga, and left me there or some shit, because I ended up chilling with all these girls. Yeah. And
where I was living down there.
Yeah, and I ended up becoming homies with him, because like you hooked me up with him, and we started doing business shit. And one of them was my homie. I forgot what his name was. I went to jail, and he's a rapper. So he says he signed to Do or Die. He had like royalty checks or something coming in, because he had money coming in. And I'm like, what is all that money coming in on your books? He's all, fool, I'm signed to Do or Die, fool. His name was, he's from Denver too. I forgot what the fuck, I can't believe I can't remember his name, but that was his girl, fool, because when I was in jail, he was a couple cells down for me, and he was pretty much looked out for me, nigga. So when I was in jail, nigga, I didn't have no one sending me shit. This nigga looked out for me, and plus we're both rappers and shit, and I had the studio, and I was gonna record this fool too, but, So he looked out, he had a gang of red food. His locker was full of pictures of that girl, fool. And I always had a crush on that girl. I was trying to grab her up back then. I didn't tell him that, but I was like, now I know that girl, fool. I know her. But I ended up being that chick that I met from you. What the fuck was I getting at? What was this? Sorry about it. Oh yeah, Flocko. That's the girl Flocko kidnapped. So that's what I said. When he kidnapped, that's the girl that I was stuck with for a couple days. But then I started to tell Flocko, I was like, hey, fool, she that nigga, like, what the fuck is this? She's like, oh, nigga, let her come up here and chill, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? And she's pretty cool, nigga. Why you got problems with her, nigga? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's a homie, actually, from Herb knows that chick, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the fuck. And so I ended up talking to her up there, dog. So, and before you know it, dog, you know what I mean? So I talked us out of the fucking hostage situation. But yeah, it was just, he's crazy though. Like, he went from almost killing us to we're all partying together now. Like, so I got myself out of that situation. But Flocko is one crazy motherfucker, dog. So now they ended up together. These motherfuckers, okay, Flocko was the main motherfucker, right? He got out of prison, he was rolling on dubs. He had he had a truck on he had a Yukon, the hardest Yukon, also the hardest shit at the time. And he had a Grand Dam, remember that white Grand Dam he had? He had a car and a truck. Just doing stunting hard, but to take my sister to go buy they had every pair of shoes. They used to wear those.
TNRs.
So some Nike, there's some dope ass Nikes, but all the different colors. They had every single color. Like all the tight shit, they were doing it for a minute, but then I don't know what the fuck happened. All of a sudden, they were broke. I guess we didn't know this though. They didn't, because these motherfuckers started robbing cribs. Like these niggas, I guess, broke into the pack. Because my sister, that's what happened. My sister, you know, like my family's hustlers and drug addicts. There's a couple straight motherfuckers that don't fuck around, but you fuck them. My family, that's what it is. You know, a bunch of hustlers and drug addicts. So like. The plug hook up with a drug addict, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? So what the fuck does that mean? So I don't know if she turned him out or what, but my sister probably talked him into dipping in the pack. So these motherfuckers started dipping in packs, and instead of balling, all of us think they're balling out of control. They still got all the shit, still going through, stunting, all this shit. Turns out these motherfuckers are robbing motherfuckers though, because out of nowhere one day we get raided by the feds. Dude, I got my aunties up because I ended up moving in with my auntie. And we live right there on Colfax and Mead, right there on the second house from the corner right there, across from that mental institution right there. And yeah, I'm actually there with like 10 babies because we get it in the family. A couple of them, 2 of them are mine, and I got all my little cousins. I got a grip of little cousins. You know, that was my day to babysit that day because it was me and all the kids, right? And here come the motherfucking boys in the suit. These motherfuckers came and kicked in the door with some suits and kicked in my motherfucking door, right? I'm in there with all the babies who were watching Nickelodeon or some shit, but I ain't gonna lie, I just got done puffing the blood, so it kind of smelled like some weed or whatnot. They kick in the door, but they think they're looking for my sister, right? And these motherfuckers got a stack of file on there, like 20 motherfucking cribs. They're looking for her ass big time, but they're just looking for her. They know she's with some guy. Somebody else is with her that has a size 15 shoe. Because that's what the prints they found at all the houses. He left prints, but good thing my nigga's not smart. This nigga's not smart because me and him do wear the same size shoe. But this one was smart enough to wear a size 15 when he did all this shit, right? Because it turns out my sister didn't even do none of the shit. Like, she just drove. She didn't even, I don't know if she knew, whatever she admits to now or whatnot. She said she didn't have nothing to do with it. She just took charges for this nigga. So like, that's a long story short on that part, but they kicked in my door. They kicked in my mom's door. They kicked in my aunt's door. They kicked in all of our doors. All of our doors got kicked in. Looking for finesse, just her. But they knew that there was some mystery person with them. They didn't know who it was. So they kicked in my door. These motherfuckers got me on the porch, hipping me up, trying to put this big ass fucking shoe on my foot. And I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? I go, I didn't know a fucking idea. But fucking, I ain't my fucking out. That's my little sister. I go, honestly, I know she's fucked up. I just don't hurt her. I have no idea who the fuck she's fucking with. But they ended up catching my sister for like maybe a month or something. We made her turn herself in because they didn't stop fucking with us after that day. And She ended up getting caught for it. She didn't rap. She stood 10 toes down to the floor. Like she should, you know what I'm saying? And so he ended up coming to stay with me. Like after all this shit happened, my sister goes to prison and shit. Nigga comes and stays with me. And this nigga starts robbing all my neighbors. Nigga, like, he done without me even knowing, nigga started robbing them. All of a sudden, all my neighbors' houses are getting robbed. Like, and then all of a sudden, my house is filling up with shit too. So like, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, son of a bitch, this nigga's doing this shit again. Like, robbing my neighbors. I'm like, damn, dog, you can't do that. Dude. Like, I had to listen to this nigga for real, but he's at my crib, and so I'm like, look, dog, you can't be doing that right here. Dog. Like, you gotta be low key. We're trying to be low. Trying to talk to big homie, ended up being so crazy. You know what I mean? But this nigga's just, he's a monster, you know what I mean? Like, you know, he's a monster. Like, because I told him that, this nigga, like, I guess got paranoid or some shit, because I told him, like, you can't be doing that, my nigga. Like, so, and at the time we had, like, geez, like a quarter bird full of some ball. Like, I'm just tripping, like, where did he go? Why the fuck? I didn't know, like, because he got to issues I really didn't know at this time that he had those type of issues, like, paranoia type shit, because it's not the first incident with my nigga. Like, yeah, I've been through some crazy shit with this nigga. But this nigga literally never dipped out my front door faster than lightning. Around that corner, no one would catch this nigga, I promise you, if anyone was chasing him. But and he ended up just leaving again. I forgot what happened after all that, but he ended up just taking off because you can't keep his foot in one spot at all. Like, you try to
after he lost that.
Yeah.
That's when he moved in with me.
Oh, is that when he moved in with you? Yeah, he did that for my crib. I think, I don't know if he blamed me for that. Like,
that's whenever me and him went on we started robbing together.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's why he went back to prison.
Yeah, because he needed to pay back that money.
Right, okay.
And so he went back to the plug and they were like, bring us $2,000 and we'll put you back on.
Okay,
so
see.
Me and him started hitting
and then he got caught. And he ended up going back to prison. See, my sister takes all these charges for him, and then he ends up not getting caught, and then he goes into going to prison anyway. So my sister was pissed about that or no, but she ended up doing 10 years like all together on that shit too. But it's all good now though. But he made it right for her and shit. But yeah, this nigga's crazy, but he gets that fucking paranoid though. And I could go on for days with stories about this fool, dude. I swear, like, he's my nigga though. Like, to death, I got your back, fool. But you fucking crazy, nigga. You one crazy motherfucker, but shot calling ass motherfucker for real. My nigga Flocko, for real. I'm sure all these motherfuckers know him, so.